Good morning. It's a happy Sunday morning, October 13th, 2024. It's about mid 60s currently. And I just kind of wanted to do an intro. Intro to kind of my beekeeping vlog. And I'm in central Oklahoma, and so I'm going to pre-apologize for any Okie accent that you may hear. I'm going to try not to widely display this. Anyways, so central Oklahoma, I'm a beginner beekeeper. This is my second season, and so this will be, I'd say, a two-part video. This initial video is just kind of an intro to the bee yard. I've been interested in beekeeping for over a decade, and just pulled the trigger on beekeeping. This is my second season, so and we'll kind of maybe go into that later. So, and I got a new mic, so this is one of the reasons why I'm trying this. So, currently in my she shed, so we'll kind of do a little intro into the bee yard and kind of what's been going on. I'm going to try to make this not very long. I don't yet have video editing capabilities, and the sun is bright. Oh, I love it. And so we'll begin. I'm going to turn the camera around. Can I turn the camera around? Well, of course not. Okay. Lesson learned. Cannot turn the camera around. So I will do my best. Okay. Okay, so these are hives. The yellow one is hive number 1. The pink, hive number 2. This is hive number 3. This is a new swarm caught yesterday, or no, it was Friday. And I'll kind of go into that. I'm calling that the water lily swarm, and there's a reason for that. This helps me remember. Okay, let's see if we can capture that. Okay, the two-colored hive. This was a swarm caught earlier. I'd have to check my notes. A swarm caught earlier in my yard. I don't have a name for that one yet. This one was a split. We call this the spicy split, and I've got a bee. Hold on, let me see. Oh, no, can't see it. Anyways. The blue and purple, kind of teal and purple, is what we call the spicy split. This is a nuke that has its own story. Maybe we'll get into it. So this is there's frames in the first or the bottom 2. This is a 5-frame nuke, and then the feeder is on top and it's covered. Still trying to maneuver videography. Please forgive me. Okay, so the original hive, I'm gonna put my sunglasses on. The original hive that I had last spring was a swarm caught the year before, and my best friend and beekeeping mentor, she overwintered it. So last year right after I got it. It was build up season in the spring. They ended up swarming, so that gave me two hives. The long story. Anyways, so she's got to be at least 3 years old, probably. Really, if you're thinking bee behavior, she may be 3 years old. Anyways, so I put her in this spring. I put her in what I call Shady Pines. This is actually a Kenyan style top bar hive. And so, and I call her Elizabeth the First. This year I'm I worked on splits. My goal this year was to prevent swarming. More on that. I failed my goal, but that's okay. This was a split from Elizabeth the First. This is actually Elizabeth the Third. This is her daughter, Queen. Elizabeth the Second is actually hive number two's queen. So this is Elizabeth the Third. And I give them names so I can keep them in my beekeeping notes because I am still a learner. This hive right here, this is actually my brother's hive. He expressed some interest, and so I'm like, come on, let's learn about bees together. God, I love that guy. So he actually ended up buying a hive. This is I believe, a V-War hive. It's a wax dipped, and I put long story, we're doing an inspection. His original queen that he called Bloody Mary. That's a good story later. Maybe I'll just do videos on beekeeping stories. Anyway, so Bloody Mary flew away. She didn't come back. RIP. We weren't too sad about it because she was not nice. And so I had an extra queen, and we called her, I called them Pinkies because I got them from Nature's Image Farm, and I love them. Thank you to the Burns family. Anyways, so I have a Pinky. We put her in this hive. He renamed her Becky. So this is Becky. This is a swarm, and as you can see, and we'll kind of go into it. There's a feeder on top, and there's a lot of bees on it. This is not a fun time of year for me. I've had some trials and tribulations. So this is an 8-frame hive that I got from Atwood's. So you don't have to buy fancy hives, 8-frame hive. And one of the disadvantages is a double stack. And then I also have an 8-frame super on there. I have no other 8-frame equipment to cover that. So this is a top bucket feeder. For example, Becky has a bucket feeder, but it's covered because she's a 10-frame hive. So this is an 8-frame hive. I don't have any extra 8-frame stuff. So if you see, there's a lot of activity there. And I believe that's kind of robbing. And see these little white entrance things? Those are robbing screens. So I had some older queens that I wanted to replace. And so I made, these are actually resource hives. It's a double stack. One colony is in one side and another colony is in another. So the old queen that I called Spade, she's really dark. She's in the purple side, and they're separated. And I have another Pinky from Nature's Image. She is in the pink side, and I actually bought her own Apame hive, so hopefully she can overwinter in that. So there is that. I also have another swarm caught yesterday, and it's in the front because I've got a lot of beekeeping to do today. It hasn't been fun. I haven't really been in the hives as much as I probably should, which around this time is kind of like once a month. Because robbing has been so bad, I don't want to put the hives at jeopardy. And because I have different strengths of hives, which is another lesson learned, because I have different strengths of hives, I really tried to not get in there as much as I probably should. So since I have a lot of beekeeping, because I got I gotta just do it and inspect those hives because I need to see which ones have swarmed and which ones have not. Because this is fall, we're going to get into winter. I need to make calls and do some combining, etc., etc. So this is my ditched effort attempt. I'm open feeding, hopefully. And I also have, actually, I'm hoping to attract the foragers. And it's a very windy day, so I'm hoping any kind of smells that may come from those hives are kind of blown away, and maybe they won't attract robbers. I don't know. We'll see as we move along. So I have that open feeding area, and I've open fed before. I've not noticed any increased robbing. And then I also have this fountain that is not being used as a fountain. It's kind of more of a bird bath. And there's a rag in there and some old crystallized stuff. If you can see, there's some red hornets and different kinds of hornets in there. They really are all looking for the same thing. So there's a rag in there. I will also put feed in there to attract them to that spot too. So I'm hoping that I can distract the foragers and the robbers just enough so I can get into my hives and get some real beekeeping done today because it needs to be done. I'm just trying to be the best beekeeper I can be and make sure that my girls are healthy and happy and ready for the winter. So please, if you enjoyed this little intro, hopefully it's not too long. If you enjoyed this intro, like and subscribe. If you happen to have a YouTube channel and I'm not already subscribed to it, I'll go to your YouTube channel and subscribe to your channel as well. So thank you for following along on my little intro, and stay tuned for part 2. Please like, subscribe.